Welcome back, familiar to Northside LDN. Big up to everyone that is locked in. And we're going to do a reaction to Mikel Arteta's press conference after the game. And we're going to get into a lot of my thoughts about Arsenal drawing against Sunderland yesterday. As you know, it's been a while. I was actually enjoying being calm and watching Arsenal picking up points when our rivals dropping points. Yesterday, absolutely irritated me. It really, really did irritate me. I started getting PTSD as to why I don't fully trust this manager. And once again, showing that when it's crunch time, a lot of the times there's a lot to be desired. But like I said, big up to everyone that's locked in. This is a football discussion show for entertainment and opinion only. Everything here is about the sport. We do not involve politics, personal targeting, or hate. Now let's talk football. Now, big up to everyone that's locked in. My biggest problem with yesterday's performance against Sunderland was intent. And when I talk about intent, what I mean is when the opportunity presents itself for you to go on and win, you have to be brave and you have to go out for the win and do everything to get over the line. That is what I mean by intent. That is what I mean by showing the cojones. That is what I mean by this manager proving me wrong. I have questioned Arteta, his mentality in the big games and the cup games, knockout games, must-win games. And yesterday, we were presented with an opportunity when we got the equalizer to go on and win that game. Sunderland were excellent in the first half, absolutely bossed us. Ironic that the Dark Arts were supposed to be the champions of Dark Arts. They used Dark Arts against us. We're supposed to be the set piece kings. They scored from a set piece. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So at the end of the day, where I have the biggest question marks when it comes to Arteta is, how do you handle pressure moment? What's your in-game management like to turn games, big games, important games, knockout games, must-win games? And I have to say, yesterday did not prove me wrong. Yesterday proved me right. That as much as we've had an amazing transfer window, we're getting Eze, getting Gyökeres, etc., the manager himself is still not being a must-win manager. He's a must-not-lose manager. Bringing on Mascara and taking off Eze, that was a we must not lose mentality. Not we must win. Yes, we were 2-1 up. But you don't invite the pressure. When you see blood, you take them to the sword. And we smelt blood when Sunderland started playing within themselves. When we got the equalizer, all of a sudden we started getting more possession. We were pinning them back. Do you know what I mean? And we didn't take advantage of that. We wanted to settle with the 2-1 win against the team that can attack, against the team that showed against Chelsea that they can get back into games late in the game. They showed it against Chelsea, and now they showed it again against Arsenal. We invited pressure when we were the team applying pressure. Yes, we had loads of opportunities. Calafiori at the end with a header should have scored that. But once again, we're relying on the defender to save us. We had opportunity, obviously, Mika Moreno with the rebound. Great block by the Sunderland centre-back. Zubimendi hitting the bar. Saka with a shot that went wide. Even though we didn't play amazing, we had opportunities. Put them to the sword. What I mean by intent is, instead of making, if you're bringing on Mascara, okay, but at least bring on Ethan, bring on Dowman. Some people will say, oh, but North, why are we relying on kids? Why are we relying on kids to save us? Well, I didn't want Madueke. Well, I never said, that we didn't need to upgrade on certain positions, but we didn't. So now we are relying on kids as it currently stands. I don't want to hear about injuries. Everyone's told me that the bench is fixed. Cool. If the bench is fixed, then utilize the bench. You can't, on one hand, complain about injuries and then you're not bringing on players to change a game. We had players on that bench that could have affected the game in terms of getting over the line and winning that game. And you don't utilize those substitutes. You don't utilize those substitutes. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. We have to be going to win a league title. If Mikel Arteta is not going to be brave enough to go out and put Sunderland to the sword, what chances do you think what mentality do you think he's going to have in the latter stages of the Champions League or the cup games or the latter stage of the season? When it's always defend first. I'm cool with defending. But there's times where the manager needs to make changes and be a bit braver. And that's where I see a lack of braveness from this manager, a lack of killer instinct. There's a time and place for different approaches. What I see with this manager is always a defensive approach. And when you must be getting the 3 points and when you must be beating teams to get to the next stage of a cup, there's a limitation. I've never ever said that Mikel Arteta is not good enough to challenge. But this season's not about challenging. This season's about winning. This season's about getting over the line. And when I'm seeing the way, the lack of creativity in subs, the lack of intent to put them to the sword, not utilizing players that you're gonna have to use, and we can't predict injuries, congestions. When you got too many games, you're gonna have to rotate, or you're gonna risk getting players injured. So by hook or by crook, you're going to have to utilize that bench. You're going to have to rotate. You're going to have to use players that don't get into your starting 11. Why not make those substitutions? When people talk to me about the bench being fixed, they're talking about us having options. Why are we not utilizing those options off the bench? Why are we not? I'm sorry, but there was a lot in that game. That game was there for the taking. That game was there for the taking, and we didn't take it. It was a cowardice approach to bring on Moreno. It was cowardly. It was cowardly. And when you could see the fact that what were we doing to stop the crosses in the box? The last 7 minutes of extra time. What's the instruction from the manager? Sit back and invite more pressure. Invite more crosses. I said it on the watch along. Stop those crosses because they're going to get on the end of it. And what happened? Lo and behold, it happened exactly as I said. These are the moments that make champions. These the decision making, being brave, utilizing substitutes, changing the system, changing the plan, giving the team a different instruction at halftime. These are the things, yeah. This club loves to talk about fine margins, fine margins. These are the fine margins that make you champions. These are the fine margins that get you over the line. And the reason I was so upset yesterday is because I've been criticizing this manager about this, and it's not changed. And that is why I got PTSD, and I could see, once again he's being stubborn. Once again he's not learning. He's not learning from his mistake in previous seasons. What was our approach? Look at the in-game management against Sunderland, and look at that for PSG. And I referenced the PSG game because he became unstuck. He didn't know what to do. There was no creativity from the manager. There was no system change. There was no inspirational substitutions. It was just the same old, same old. And this is the limitation of Arteta. This is why this manager is a limited manager. He is limited. Because when it comes down to being a tactician, to show cojones, to go for the win, most of the time he cowards back into, let's just not concede. Let's not concede. That doesn't work out in knockout football. You get into the latter stages of knockout football. Let's not concede doesn't get you over the line. The best scenario, it'll take you to penalties. And penalties, everybody knows, is a flip of a coin. It's a flip of a coin. So how are we going to proceed in the cup games? Through penalty shootouts. Penalty shootout after penalty shootout all the way to the final, penalty shootout, and that's how we're going to... Is that sustainable? Is that a sustainable approach to winning trophies? And this is the biggest question I have of this manager. He's too much of a let's defend, then other than let's go out and impose ourselves and make sure we get them down 3 points over the line. And that is my problem. He's too scared to impose himself and get over the line. And managers like that, most of the time, they don't get over the line. They don't get over the line. I just honestly, I look at the performance yesterday. Why is our best opportunities falling to Zubimendi, defensive midfielder, Calafiori, defender, Saliba, defender, Gabriel, defender? Why is it that we're creating more opportunities for those players than we created for Trossard? Trossard's goal was created by himself. Trossard's goal was created by himself. I'm going to get into the comments in a minute. Trossard created that opportunity for himself. He took a touch, took another touch, saw an opening, and then smacked it. That wasn't patterns of play. That wasn't things that we trained in training. That wasn't a systematic goal. That was a player taking the opportunity that he saw and just taking advantage. Declan Rice winning the ball back. Saka threw on goal. That wasn't a systematic goal. That was us taking advantage of Sunderland messing around, playing out from the back. I'm live. No, the push. Pretty good. So yeah, I'm not really hearing it. I'm really not hearing it. Like I don't know why. Like we've got Moreno, and I know that he was really poor. Moreno was horrendous this game. He was absolutely horrendous. There's no getting away with it. But why are we not creating more opportunities for Moreno to score in the box? Why are we not creating more opportunities for Trossard? Why are we not creating more opportunities for Saka? Another one that wasn't very good. He didn't have a good game. But no, we create more opportunities for defensive players. Right, Declan Rice's, Zubimendi's, Calafiori's, our centre-backs. And our attacking players are starved. Why wasn't Eze? Why didn't he get more opportunities? I see a limitation. I'm just going to keep it honest. I see a limitation when it comes to this manager. The limitation is I'll get you challenging, but I won't get you over the line. That's what I think the limitation is with this manager. I'll get you challenging, but I can't get you over the line. And that is why I don't believe in this manager. That's why I don't trust this manager. That's why I don't look at this manager and say, yeah, this guy is the guy to get us over the line. There's a lot to be desired. There's a lot to be desired. I'm seeing some Arsenal fans online talking about, oh, Eze needs to step up. Eze needs to step up. The manager needs to step up. We can all point at players and say, yo, you need to step up. You need to do this. Yeah, cool. That's all good. The manager needs to step up. Because no matter what player you play in that number 10, they all play the same. Seems like a formation problem. Or a system problem. Honestly, the reason we didn't win against Sunderland, for me, yes, the certain players didn't turn up, but it was on the manager. It was his approach. It was his lack of in-game management. Lack of inspirational substitutions. Lack of intent. Those 2 points dropped at Sunderland was dropped by Mikel Arteta. Yes, we can talk about Trossard not having a good game or Saka not having a good game, even though both of them scored, didn't have a good game. Moreno didn't have a good game. Eze didn't have a great game. Do you know what I mean? The centre-backs didn't have a good game. The Raya as well for that final goal. You know what I mean? An absolute howler. Yeah, cool. But what is the manager there for? To make changes, to hold players accountable, to take advantage when the team is on top, when we've got the possession, when the other team look deflated. And did Arteta do that? No, I didn't see him do that. I didn't see him say, oh, Sunderland are there for the taking. Cool. Let's put on Dowman. Let's put on Skelly. Dowman's going to run at them and he's going to draw fouls. Then that's going to activate Declan Rice to then be dangerous for our set pieces. Or Dowman wins us a penalty because you know he's going to be taking on players constantly. Bring on Lewis Skelly, draw some fouls. He likes to run with the ball at the center of the pitch. And he's got more creativity than Zubimendi passing it backwards, sideways. Bring him on. Make them have to worry about the runs from Lewis Skelly and then that'll free up Trossard a bit more and create more space on the left-hand side. Play Skelly as an 8. Did we do that? Did the manager do that? Did he show that intent? Did he show that desire to do that? Nope. Nope. Take off Eze, extra centre back, sit back for 7 minutes. Sit back for 7 minutes and risk it. Sometimes the best form of defense is attack. We're a team that's so built upon defense, that we neglect the midfield, we neglect our front three, that we can't afford for our defense to have a bad day. And they had a horrendous day against Sunderland. So why do you think a defense that is playing so poor like we did against Sunderland, you think we're going to see out the game for 7 minutes? Bro, Gabriel, all over the place. Saliba, horrendous. Calafiori, out of position as always. And you think we're just going to see out the game for 7 minutes when we've been playing diabolically defensively for 90 minutes? It just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. You can see your defense is having a bad day. You don't put them under more pressure when they're already playing poor. Confidence is down. Multiple players playing poor. Even Timber was poor. And you think we're going to see it out because you put an extra centre back there? This is what I mean about his limitations, man. This is what I mean about his limitations. His reading of the game and his lack of intent to kill off games is exactly what is going to lead this team that is player for player good enough to win a major honour. Let me repeat that for everybody that thinks that all I do is complain. This is an Arsenal team that is good enough to win the league. Where we will fall short is Mikel Arteta not learning from last season. 10-man Man United getting kicked out the cup. PSG, Bayern Munich in the Champions League. This is where he hasn't improved. I'm sorry, he hasn't improved. He hasn't improved. Because if you're scared to take the game to Sunderland, I can't trust you against Inter. I can't trust you against PSG. I can't trust you against Barcelona. I can't trust you against Bayern Munich and all these other teams. I can't trust you. I can't trust you. Not brave enough, man. Not decisive enough. And this whole thing of, holding back the youngsters. At times, you need certain profiles. I understand that he doesn't want to play the youngsters week in, week out. He doesn't trust that. He doesn't, he wants to ease them in and he wants to give them a bit more time. But certain times, the ironic thing is the youngsters were the ones with the profile and with the ability to influence that game to get the win. Skelly, Dowman, these players. But you want to go with the safe players like Mascara, as if he's going to win you the game. It doesn't make sense. And the fact that we're looking at the team and that those are the players that we've got to influence the team, attacking players to go forward, is because of your team building. Don't talk to me about injuries. Don't talk to me about injuries. Let's not go on like Odegaard. If Odegaard, we're going to get into the injuries in a bit. Let me get through to some of the comments. Bro. Big up to everyone that's locked in, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Do you know what I mean? Big up to everyone that's locked in. Big up North Tide of this team, man. I hear it. You know what I mean? We do hate on this. We hate players and managers not doing their jobs. Big up Zir, bro. Big up Zir every single time, man. You know what I mean? We'll be seeing Bayern soon. I am not confident. I wasn't confident already, regardless. But now, if we defend the way we did against Sunderland, Bayern's going to be a mad game, bro. Bayern's going to be a mad game. We know he's a bottle job. But this is the time where fans, this is what I mean, bro. When fans tell us, oh, but you guys in the mud, you guys this, you guys that. These are the moments to prove us wrong. Really and truly, you can only prove me wrong by the end of the season. Do you know what I mean? Because my thing has always been, I don't think he's good enough to win a major honour. But these are the games that lead to our demise, that lead to the questions around this manager. Pep, Arsenal are not champions, Liverpool are champions. Clear message to all the top gooners and Arteta PR media personalities out there. I did see that, bro. Big up, man. I did see that. Yep, he was yelling at Rice to stay in the back. We couldn't keep possession because we have Saka up front. Then we dropped 2 points. Yeah, I mean, instead of telling him to spark a counter attack, he's telling him to get back, get back. It's crazy. It's crazy. The gamble didn't work, Mikel. The gamble didn't work, and too many more draws. That's why we lost the league last season. Now we're sitting here praying that Man City Liverpool game ends in a draw. Imagine. All the other weeks we were doing so well. Man City Liverpool dropping points, we're capitalizing. Chelsea drop points, we still capitalize. Anybody drop points, we're still capitalizing. Now, this is what happens when you don't do your job. This is what happens when you don't get your 3 points. Now you're looking around saying, crap. If they get their points. Chelsea, look at the way Chelsea annihilated Wolves. And I know there's a difference between Wolves and Sunderland, obviously. But at the same time, the expectation of Chelsea to beat Wolves is the same expectation of Arsenal to beat Sunderland. We're supposed to be title contenders. We're supposed to be favourites to win the league. We're supposed to beat Sunderland. By hook or by crook, we're supposed to beat them. I don't want to hear any of this. Oh, it's Sunderland. Get out of here, man. Oh, but Sunderland, they're so good at home. So we showed we could have beat them if we showed the intent. And we almost did. But then we threw the game away. Then we started being, cowardly again. It's not good enough, man. If this is his approach for the rest of the season, we will be dropping more points. And that's the overall point. A lot of Arsenal fans only want to look at this game and say, oh, but it's only one game. Oh, so we only drew. No, it's the intent and the way that he's managing the team. And the way that he's managing the team is poor. We've been playing poor this season. Let's not get it twisted. But because we win games, we've been winning games. The performances have been brushed under the carpet, but we've been playing poor. We ain't been playing amazing this season. We've had some games that we played really well. But we've been getting away with wins where we've not been playing well. And this is what I said about performances. Bad performances are not sustainable to keep getting points. And now we see. Do you know what I mean? We're lucky that Sunderland weren't up 2-0 at halftime. We're very lucky that they hit the side netting. It's not good, man. To be honest, if it gets you over the line sometimes, but to be honest, it takes you having bear mentality. Yeah, but then the defense can't have a bad day, bro. And when the defense has a bad day, you can see that there's no. Look at the midfield. Look at the way our midfield played yesterday. Look at the way our attackers played yesterday. You know what I mean? He don't got the cojones against PSG. He doesn't want to play Ethan. Yesterday, doesn't play Ethan or Diamond because he's scared of seeing them injured. Facts no side. He has no cojones to take a risk. You got to take a risk, man. You got to take a risk. Fergie took risks. Yeah, I mean, Mourinho took risks. All the great managers take risks, man. This manager doesn't take risks. Just play it safe, play it safe. There's a limitation with playing it safe all the time. There's a limitation. There's a limitation to that. I've said it a million times. Arteta cannot coach attack. He's literally incapable of deploying an attack. All he does is scream for the players to get back and load up the defense. It's mad. The thing is, if I didn't, obviously, if 22-23 season didn't happen, I would say that that's correct. I don't think it's not that he can't coach an attack. He can't blend in what he did well when the team was playing really good attacking football to this type of football. He just doesn't seem to know or want to blend the two styles. If we do that, all of a sudden I'm looking at Arsenal saying, yo, like, this team can defend well. We attack really well. Do you know what I'm saying? We get an opportunity, we bury it. All of a sudden, we look like a different squad. He doesn't want to blend both styles. He wants to continue playing this defense-first football. And his substitution showed it. It showed exactly his mentality, bro. Do you know what I mean? I believe actions, not words. And when I see the actions of a manager taking off a number 10 to bring on another centre-back and then tell everyone to kick back, that's what I believe, bro. That is your approach. That's your mentality. That is the way that you want to coach this team. That's the way you want to go forward. And for me, I don't see it working out for us to win a major honor. Will we challenge? Yes, we'll challenge. I've never said that we won't challenge. Are we going to get over the line? No, I think there's a limitation to managing and those kind of tactics. Most of the time you see teams that win the league, 9 times out of 10, they're teams that go for the win. They're attacking teams. They go for the 3 points. They go for the kill. When they smell blood, they kill off the team. We don't do that. We're happy to defend the 1-0. We're happy to defend the 2-1. We're happy to sit back, get a goal, sit back for the rest of the game. We'll do it for 80 minutes if we have to. That is too much of a gamble. Too much of a gamble and too much pressure constantly on our defense. Our defense ain't allowed to have a bad day, because our defense is everything. So once the defense goes, all this manager wants to do is shore up the defense. Bring on Mascara, bring on Norgard, bring on this, bring on that, shore it up. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. There's a limitation to the way that this guy's managing the squad, bro. Berta has to get a proper left winger in January. Listen, even if we don't get a left winger, he still has to get over the line. That's the thing. I would definitely upgrade the left-hand side, but it's just one of them ones, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, he does, bro. He does. He overtrains them, overworks them, and then gets surprised why they get injured. You know what I mean? Everyone barring Eze got 90 minutes. Why? And then they're going to be out in international duty. Bro, it's just don't make no sense, bro. It don't make no sense to me. He definitely bottle it in big games. Probably put a seven defenders play for a draw. Bro, but this is the thing, yeah? I'm not even fully surprised that he brought on only Mascara. This is a manager that started off the season, let's not forget, trying to play 3 defensive midfielders with no creativity in that midfield and no idea how to get Gyökeres into the game. So he's been trying to go more and more defensive. Let's be honest. Let's just be honest. If you're not trying to play defensive football and you're not trying to be a defensive manager, why are you playing a midfield with 3 defensive midfielders and no creativity, no ball carriers, no creativity, no recognized number 10? And that is what he tried to deploy. Obviously, it didn't work out. Obviously, it didn't work out for him, which is why he ended up switching it. Had it have worked for Man City and Liverpool game, he would have continued with that midfield. Let's just be honest about it now. If that would have worked for those games, Arteta would have continued that, bro. He already showed at the start of the season his intent was to play 3 defensive midfielders, to be even more defensive than what we were last season. That was his answer after getting Eze and Gyökeres. Let's just be real now. Because if you're not trying to be defensive and you got Eze and you got Gyökeres and you got all these players when they were available, why play that kind of midfield? Can't say about injuries. Gyökeres was available. Eze was available. Can't talk about injuries. Those players were available, bro. It ain't looking good. It ain't looking good. He's showing his true colors with the way he's managing these games and certain things he's done at the start of the season. I think he's exposed himself, bro. Yeah, I'm saying. He exposed himself already with what his mentality and his approach is this season, which is why we're so dependent on set pieces, because he ain't trying to build a cohesive midfield. He ain't trying to create a load of opportunities for Gyökeres and the front 3. He ain't trying to play good football. He ain't trying to do that. I'm telling you, if that 3DM experiment would have worked, we would have been running with that for the whole season, bro. If it would have worked in the case of we're still getting results. The thing was, we lost against Liverpool, and then we what was it? Drew against Man City. That was it, bro. Had that have worked out in those games, we would have had 3 DMs going forward in this season. That would have been the mentality. Only position up for debate is the left winger, but everything you're saying is facts, bro. Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Listen, I'm more than happy to up. I think if you're talking about upgrading that position, I'm more than happy to upgrade that position. But yeah, it's mad. It's mad. Anyone talking about injuries, most of the time Arteta rush some of the players back. Whose fault is it? Rushing Odegaard back, rushing Ben White back, playing him with an injury, playing Declan Rice with an injury. But this guy's been playing players injured or playing them into the ground or keeping them on the pitch while they were injured. Did it to Timber. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. About City, we got all those clean sheets, but City concede 3 more goals. About Liverpool, if they win against City with consecutive losses in the Premier League, they will only be 5 points behind. It's mad right now for us. It's mad. And the thing is, both teams are in form. Both teams are in form. Man City and Liverpool are in form. Both won their last 2 games and have been playing actually really well. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? We blend the two to be, by the way, Northside, our game versus PSG showed. This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying, bro. And the thing is, we got the personnel, so there's nothing of a, oh, we need to buy this player to play that. Yes, we'd love to upgrade the our left wing position, but that's not holding us back to playing football like that. You know what I mean? What phase is Company in? It should be the year we win it, but we challenging. Facts North. We're challenging, bro. We're challenging. That's about it, bro. You know what I mean? We're challenging, bro. We're challenging. I don't. This Semenyo hype isn't really for me, bro. Like this Semenyo hype ain't really for me. But yeah, we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. I almost forgot. You know what I mean? It's crazy. You know what I mean? Yo, North, watch us look back at this game at the end of the season if we don't win the league. This is what I'm saying. But they don't want to talk about it, bro. You're not allowed to talk about it. As an Arsenal fan, you're not allowed to talk about it because it's early in the season. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic, you know. That's all we get told. Don't panic. Don't panic. Right, let's get this press conference. Let's get this press conference up. All right, let's share the screen. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right, let's go.
You team put yourselves in such a good position to have support the goal. Yeah, obviously the last feeling, it's disappointment and frustration because we wanted the 3 points, and yeah, we have to navigate through a really tough game. We knew that, very disruptive. We have to deal with situations, obviously, that is it's difficult to deal with. They do it really well. We consider a goal that is not in our standards, but after that, I think the team reacted really well, showed a lot of personality and courage. Scored the first goal, scored the second goal. We have totally dominated the game, and then yeah, you have to rely on.
We totally dominated the game. Is this guy's barefaced lying through his teeth, bro? How can you sit there in a press conference after that game and say we dominated the game? How did we dominate the game? Because we got dominated in the first half. Second half, we had more control in terms of possession. But then the last 10, 15 minutes, you allowed them to keep spamming crosses and they were the team going for the win. Hence why they got the equalizer. How were we the team that dominated the game? Where did we dominate? I would say 30 minutes in the second half, we were the team in control. But to dominate, we didn't even dominate a half. They dominated the first half completely. And you want to sit there and say, we dominated the game. This guy, and don't even say possession, because we didn't even dominate possession in the first half. We couldn't even hold on to the ball. We couldn't string together 2 passes. We were giving the ball away. We were getting out-muscled. They were winning us to the aerial duels. So where did we dominate the game? They dominated the first half. And in the last 10, 15 minutes, they dominated that by keep on counter-attacking us and spamming our box with crosses. Where did we dominate the game, bro? And this is what I don't like about this manager. Is the lying, bro. Is the lying. And if he actually genuinely believes that, then we're in more trouble than I think we're in. Because if you go away from that game and say Arsenal dominated Sunderland, you're lying. How did we dominate?
Defending the box when they start to commit 6-7 players there, and it can be from a direct play, it can be from a throw-in, it can be from any situation. We can defend the action better, and today we haven't done it. We concede the goal, and then in the last minutes we have another massive chance with Ricky and Mikel to win it, which I think we deserve to do. But
why Arteta are we waiting to the last minute to actually impose ourselves when we started the first half? We were the team that had the possession, had the chances, and they looked deflated. Why didn't we impose ourselves? Why are we waiting for the last minute, the last second of the game for Calafiori to save us? Why is that the answer? This guy, man.
It didn't happen, but I think it shows what we've done in the last 10 games, winning them in the manner that we've done it, with clean sheets, missing 7 players in the front line. So
missing 7 players. The way that we've done it, missing 7 players. You said before that injuries are part of the game. We're supposed to beat Slavia Prague. We're supposed to beat Burnley. We're supposed to be beating those teams. So I don't know what you're talking about, the way we done it and what we did, and we've got injuries. Yeah, every team gets injuries. You've now had £1 billion spent to be dealing with that. Have you not had money to deal with injuries? Well, then deal with it then.
How difficult it is.
But were you a bit annoyed with the players at half time first half? Because it was obviously an improvement from the second.
It's not that annoying. We have to adjust certain things, and at the end, we have to create the position as well. They are here.
We have to adjust certain things. Okay. These are the adjustments that I would like you to implement. How about start utilizing the young players that are great attacking talent, Ethan and Dowman? How about don't always go for let's just defend a narrow lead and actually kill off teams when they're there for the taking? How about don't give the opposition the incentive to keep spamming crosses into the box? How about that? How about show intent to kill off the game and actually make certain players accountable and not make one substitution? How about that? How about that? That's something we could do. How about that? It's ridiculous, man. About we need to make some change. You ain't gonna do no changes, but you're gonna put out the same lineup. You're gonna put out the same team, same formation, same tactics up against Tottenham, up against Bayern. You're not gonna change anything. You're not gonna change anything. So why are you lying for?
Waiting for a reason, and they do what they do really, really well, and they make it very difficult for you. And you have to be very patient. You have to dominate certain things in order to earn the right to dominate the game in the manner that you want. And we don't much better in the second half.
Mm-hmm. Just what are your emotions in that 94th minute?
What's that?
What are your emotions when that equalising goal goes in?
Again, unsatisfied because I want to win, and the game was almost there. But this is the Premier League, and the manner that they play, they're going to hang you in there when it's just 1 goal difference there, and I'm frustrated because.
And that's the point. You just said you wanted to win, and then the margin is there's just 1 goal difference. Exactly. So stop trying to hold on to a 1-0 lead and kill off the game, because Sunderland was shot for confidence at that point. How about that? That's the overall point. You're holding on to a 1-0 lead against the team that is now starting to grow in confidence and trying to pepper our goal after we're having an abysmal performance defensively. Can you see why that's the problem? This manager, man.
That we can defend better, but as well you have to be creative to the position, to do what they've done, to put the ball there, to head the ball the way they've done it, and then they strike it to do that action, and to put the ball in the net. And sometimes you have to do that and recognize that as well.
I was just going to say, you're the first kind of real big team who have been to Sunderland this season. On this evidence, no one's going to have a particularly comfortable night here, are they? All the other kind of title challenges who come here, you would imagine, are going to get...
Here comes the excuses. But loads of teams are going to struggle against Sunderland. I don't care. Loads of teams ain't had 6 years with no major honour and £1 billion spent with no major honours to show. We don't care if other teams are going to struggle. We're talking about Arsenal. And all the Arsenal fans keep talking about we're the favourites to win. Nobody else is in it. So we're expected to win, and we should be beating Sunderland. So what are we talking about? But loads of teams are going to... This is all to just go, see, it's not that bad because loads of teams are going to struggle. We don't care. We're talking about Arsenal, bro.
It is, and we knew that from the beginning. But as a Premier League, you don't get to any place in the Premier League when you think you're going to have a comfortable afternoon, evening, how you want to call it. And again, it's not a coincidence what they are doing, and they deserve to be where they are, and we do as well.
Your clean sheet record, has been extraordinary. Do you think the players like to almost hurt them a little bit and give them some fuel to maybe carry on again and just defend so brilliantly?
Yeah, of course, it hurts, especially when it costs you points. And we know that we have to do better. And even though we're conceding goals, there are things that we have to improve on the ball. I always mention that. And that's it.
Things that we're going to have to improve. So I'm expecting those improvements in the North London derby. I'm expecting those improvements against Bayern Munich. We'll see how much you've improved, because now we're going for a mad run now, a mad run. So you better improve, because now the little easy run of Burnleys and Brightons and Slavia Pragues and all that. Yeah, well, now we're going to go through a serious run now. We'll see how much you've improved. We'll see how much you're going to improve. You keep talking about we're going to improve certain things. We're going to see. I bet any money we're going to do the same thing.
From the past and get back.
Did you feel differently whenever Ballard scores the clean sheet record?
Sorry?
How did it feel when the clean sheet record went to Ballard scored?
It's a pain in my tummy because I don't want to concede.
Pain in your tummy. Pain in your tummy. Why is this guy talking like a child, bro? Man said I had a pain in my tummy because we conceded. Whatever, man. Whatever. Do you know what I mean? Look, just win the league or you're gonna have to go. It's done now. You know what I mean? It's done now. The excuses are done, everything's done. Do you know what I mean? I'll put the link out if anyone that does want to jump on. That's it, bro. I got a pain in my tummy. Man's got a tummy ache. Him laughing and smiling in a press conference, that's just, there's no pressure. There's no pressure. Do you know what I mean? There's no pressure. He always talks about we need to improve, we need to this, we need to that. We've been talking about improving that midfield. We've been talking improving about the way we play football. We've been talking about you improving your in-game management. I'm yet to see that improvement on a consistent basis. Do you know what I'm saying? I see man getting onto Eze. Whether you play Eze there or Odegaard, it's the same outcome. It's the same outcome. So it goes down to the system. People want to talk about players that are injured as if these players that were injured were cooking under this system. They weren't. They weren't cooking under this system. Because that's the problem. Odegaard wasn't cooking before he got injured. Do you know what I'm saying? Gyökeres was inconsistent with his performances as well. Kai Havertz, you know you can't rely on him. So listen, Martinelli, he's been doing okay, but playing under this system, he's had two bad years. It's still a long season. We'll see how much he consistently performs. Do you know what I mean? Madueke weren't cooking. Yeah, you know I mean, so just whatever, man. Whatever.
Yo, what's good, bro?
Just here, man. Not looking forward to facing you guys, bro. Not looking forward to facing Bayern, bro.
Why?
Bro, did you see the way we played against Sunderland, bro? What do you mean, why?
I mean, yeah, but you know, I say, well, ask why, because we also drew.
Huh?
Both drew on the same day, bro. You know what I mean? Now, but to be fair, there are two circumstances. I get what you mean. Ours was more of because we didn't rotate enough. Whereas, I mean, I see your point. Your point is more of like, why are we defensive? I understand, bro. I hear that. But that's been your manager like since the PTSD of 23, bro. Since the bottle job season. You know what I mean? And that was part of the reason to why that following year, I was not afraid of you guys, even though we were shit. Because I was like, first of all, at the time, you lacked experience, but then also Arteta is cowardice, and he'd fall into the trap of this fraud Tuchel. It was just bound to happen. Now, we play better football. I actually think you have a better team compared to 2 years ago. But again, and I try saying this to Arsenal fans a lot, will Arteta actually like go approach the game in a more attacking sense with what he has, or is he just gonna go approach the game back to being defensive? I remember asking this question after Newcastle, because I watched your game against Newcastle, because I wanted Newcastle to win because of Saudi representation, and obviously you won because you played an attacking approach style. You get me? But was he ever gonna be consistent with playing this style? I don't know. Some games it's like Gattuso. Sometimes this, sometimes that. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit type thing. It's the vibe I get out of your team. So I guess we'll have to see. Just hope that obviously international break nobody gets injured, because we have this habit of getting players injured. Not this season so far, but in previous seasons we've had. So by the way, I will say this as well, Northside. obviously, I'm sure you're aware Diaz got a red card.
Mm.
So I actually think the player that company picks to replace Luis Diaz also would determine a lot for me. Because if we play Jackson, I'm telling you right now, you'll be feasting me. But if we play Leonard Carl, now you're gonna be having to second guess because that kid's a baller. You know what I mean? So it's
Mm.
one of those. It's one of those, bro.
I see him being defensive, bro. He's going to be scared of Harry Kane, Elise, Gnabry. I think he's going to be very cautious and try and nick a set piece. I think that's what he's going to do, bro. There's no way he's going to, take the game to Bayern like that, bro. We're going to be very, very, very cautious, bro. Very cautious.
Yeah, I will say I don't see us letting you get as many set pieces, but if we do eventually give you one, I wouldn't be shocked if you scored off one because yesterday 2 of our goals that we conceded, actually 3, but one was given offside was set pieces. I'm not joking. They were all set piece goals that Union Berlin scored on us. So that is one thing that could go in your favor. Obviously us wanting the ball could go in your favor as well because maybe you can hit transition, if you have the players for it. Well, I mean, it's just
The thing is
again.
Bayern's the most clinical team in Europe. They're literally the most clinical team in Europe. They don't
We
miss
have
their
been
chances.
clinical. Yeah.
They
We have
don't
been
miss their chances. So you don't need more than 2 or 3 against Bayern. The one thing about Arsenal is they don't give up a lot of chances, but Bayern don't need a lot of chances.
Mm.
Like they don't need a lot of chances to score. And as soon as Bayern gets one and Arsenal opens up, you're just giving Elise more space to work. And that's their game plan. Is they just need one. And then Elise just starts making magic on that right-hand side. And I would be worried because I don't know if you even have one left back that can cover Elise.
Bro,
there's not one
Fury against Elise.
Not one. There's not one.
But by the way, Elise needs to fix
backs
up
and
on
not
the day
one.
though. But hey, I'll tell you something, Joe. This brother needs to fix up on the day because lately
Bro.
I've not been happy with Elise's performances.
I can imagine, but I heard that he hasn't been playing well. But at the same time, he likes to show up against these English teams. He just likes to show up. Even when we played him when he was at Palace, he likes to show up. You know what I'm saying? So it's a dangerous game to be playing, especially Calafiori versus Elise. That's a dangerous game to play. I mean, I would probably even use Skelly in that game, but I doubt he'll do that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I haven't seen enough of Hincapié to say even play Hincapié because he's got very limited minutes so far. I don't even know how good he is.
No, I've seen him at Leverkusen. Yeah, I think if he played against Bayern, it'd be smart. It may be shocking to you, but I think it'd be smart because, by the way, when he was at Bayer Leverkusen, he was actually, in my opinion, their best centre back of the 3.
He would be Chelsea's best centre back right now. He would be Chelsea's best centre back right now.
Yeah.
You would place him in Chelsea's back line, you'd be Chelsea's best centre back like this.
Is he good playing on the left, or you prefer him on
Yeah, he can play on the left. He was playing left in the 3. So it was basically he on the left, Tall in the middle, Tapsoba on the right.
And he's good enough to play left back too. He played left back for when Estupinian's hurt. He played left back for Ecuador. I watched every single Ecuador game.
There you go. So yeah, because he played left center back in a 3, and when you play left center back in a 3, it's like you're technically playing left back. I played the same thing with Bastoni at Inter Milan because I remember when we played Inter Milan, I did a preview with an Inter fan, and he was saying the exact same thing.
Hold on, Zay. Joey, your mic is bugging mad, bro. Can you refresh your mic or try jump back on? Yeah, I'll let you back on. Nah, love, bro, love.
No, but I was saying, Northside, I remember when we played Inter, I was told the same thing about Bastoni. When you play left center back in a 3, it's like you're playing left back. You're not really playing center back. You get me? So
do I sound any better?
He can play. Yeah, I think with Hincapié, he can play left back for you. Yeah, rather than playing. If you really want to go with this defense approach, you may as well. And he's pretty good on set pieces as well.
No, I hear it, man. Bro, do you know what? My biggest gripe with this manager is the approach. It's the killer instinct that he doesn't have. Do you know what I mean? I feel like Arteta, his ceiling is just competing. But when you need those managers to like get you over the line, take risks, you know what I mean? To do everything to get over the line. He just ain't got that grit as a manager or that tactical know-how to just be like, we are winning, even if things are going against us. I feel like he's a manager that excels to, you know, when things are going well. But when you want more from him and you're like, right, the players are looking at the manager, you're looking at the manager, you're looking at the game and saying, yo, we need to change something. He's very limited, bro. He's very.
It sounds
very
like Conte, doesn't it? Doesn't it? That all those things sound like Conte outside of the winning side of it. Like Antonio Conte in like those one-off games that are like really important doesn't make the changes that normally affect the game the right way. Like it shows in Champions League games. Like the things that you're saying are like the things I was saying in Conte's second season. Like just you're not making changes quick enough. You're not making adjustments in the middle of the game to affect the game as well as you could. And it's just.
By the way, I noticed this in Al Hilal with Inzaghi. By the way, low key, I noticed this with Inzaghi too. Like I know you, Northside, you've been talking about Inzaghi, but I watch him week in week out with Al Hilal. He does similar things.
You wouldn't take Inzaghi. You wouldn't take Inzaghi if you got rid of Company. You wouldn't take him.
I don't think he would have suited Bayern like that. By the way, even with Al Hilal, there's question marks. For your information, because by the way, Al Hilal, like we're it's like Bayern. We're both known for being attacking sides, innit? So basically, at Bayern, for us, the only way is attack or like won't work. That's why Tuchel didn't work with it. Tuchel didn't work with us because he's defensive mentality. You know what I mean?
I hear it.
Nah, I hear it, man. I hear it. I don't know why I'm still getting crackling from Joey's mic. I don't know what's going on. This is the first time. I don't know.
I'm sitting in my living room. I can go back to my office here in a second.
No, it's cool. Joey, what was your? I saw the highlights for Chelsea. Garnacho got 2 assists.
2 assists.
Yeah, got 2 assists. Gusto got a header. I think it was a header that he scored.
Goal.
João Pedro as well. Assist from what was that? Esteval. Do you know what I mean? What do you make of your game, bro? Because you've gone second. Obviously, we're going to see with the Liverpool and City game. What did you make of you guys' performance? Obviously, you expected to beat Wolves, but you still got to go in there and do it.
Yeah. Like honestly, we just it was just kind of like business as usual. Like the first half though, we just missed our chances. We had like 11 shots. We had 11 shots on goal. Just didn't finish one of them. And Garnacho had one like point blank range in the first like 2 minutes of the game and hit it right at the keeper. So like a lot of the Chelsea fans get nervous because we like to drop points against these scrub teams. But honestly, like if you look at like last 10, I think we're like 8 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw. So like it's actually like not like things aren't as bad as like even our own fan base likes to put it out to be, for the most part. But I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, especially going into the international break, and especially like we have Burnley and then we have Arsenal, Barcelona. I'm not afraid of either of you guys. Like especially with Cole coming back, I'm not afraid of either of you. Like I believe that especially with Cole, like we already can score goals. We lead the league in goals right now. We lead the league in the amount of goals scored. It's just our center backs are bozos at times. But with Wesley, ever since Wes has gotten back into the fold, like Fofana has gotten back into the fold, things have gotten a lot better defensively. But he can't play 2 games a week, so like he's never going to play midweek because he's already such an injury-prone player. So we ended up just doing our job in the second half. And Esteval is just amazing, bro. Like he's just amazing. Like you watch him and you're like, every time this kid touches the ball, you think he's going to do something amazing. Like I don't know why Lee Gunner had that Zestaval thing going this last summer, but it makes no sense because the kid's cold. He's just cold, bro. Like Like there's certain players you just watch and you're just like, oh, he's gonna be something. Like you just watch him, you're like, he's gonna be something. He's only 18. He's already doing this. Like he's gonna be something.
Yeah.
So like I'm just excited for the after the international break. I hate that international break. I hate international break. Personally, I hate them. Like I don't think it's necessary. Like this many of them is necessary. But oh, come on, Palace, you bomb. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you guys just quietly go about your business, man. It's actually quite mad. That's why I didn't get too giddy early in, so early in the season, because I'm like, you had Sunderland and teams like that up there, Bournemouth, and now all of a sudden you look at the table and it's like Chelsea are now second, Man City are third. You know what I mean? And it's like Liverpool are sixth, but obviously they're yet to play the next game. So yeah, man, this is the thing. It's just way too early in the season.
Yeah, and that's why I didn't like the noise coming from your fan base. It's like, bro, you guys have good runs like this all the time. Every year you guys have multiple runs that are just like this. Like, why are we acting like something's different? Nothing's different. You're not attacking as well as you have since the first run at the season, right? You're not attacking at it like with like the same further. And Gyökeres hasn't hit the ground running like you would expect you wanted him to. So like nothing really changed. Like nothing from last year to this year has changed.
Thank you.
I don't see how you come with this energy when nothing has changed. It's the same feeling that you had.
The only thing that's changed is I
year.
think Declan Rice has been more effective on set pieces, but it's still set pieces. And you're still not going to get all those set pieces, which we didn't get against Sunderland. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's an improvement of whatever was already there, kind of thing. Like the defense has improved,
of course, but like
and set pieces.
I guess
but that's really
I don't even think that's true. I don't even think that's true, though. I don't think that's true. Like you guys have been good defensively. Even last year, you were this good defensively. Like and there were sections of the season last year where you were this good defensively. Okay, like anybody expecting to beat Chelsea's record, you're just stupid. You're stupid. Don't expect that. You can't expect that. Like now you only have 10 goals left, like to try to beat that.
Well, I don't even care about that. I care about winning the league.
I know, but that's what people are talking about, though. You see what I'm saying? Like that's not what you should be talking about. What you said is what you should be talking about how you're winning the league, not how you're not giving up a chance, because you're gonna give up chances. You think teams aren't going to figure it out? You're going to give up a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing with Arsenal is like last year you guys went crazy with set pieces. Then it dried up.
But you know what it is, Joey, yeah? You always get a team, yeah? And you've seen this, I've seen this. You always get a team that, will like, they do a system. And like that season, they may go on to win the league. Like City, for example, how many times has he had to adjust that team? Because you do get eventually figured out.
Probably like 3 or 4 times. Yeah,
exactly. And that is my thing. Yeah, it's like it's all great. I think we've had opportunities like 22-23 season. All we had to do was adjust it and add a bit more of the pragmatic that we're doing now. If we would have added that kind of system, that kind of mentality in 22-23, we would have got over the line.
It was the first year that you guys were on the scene, right? 22-23.
Yeah, challenging.
That's the one. Yeah. That's the first year. You should have had your slot season that year.
Exactly.
You should have.
And then that got figured out, and then he changes it, but then he doesn't implement some of the good things that was good in that system and just adjust it.
There's no balance. No, there's no balance to it. He either goes
it's
one
extremes
way,
on both sides. It's either all out attacking or all out defending.
Exactly. There's no balance to it. It's just we have to go this way or we have to go this way, and then that's it. But realistically, the team that has the most balance wins. That's what Liverpool were last year. That's what City are over and over and over again. They have attacking balance, and they either, if they know that their back line is, if they know that they could potentially be susceptible to the counter, like they'll try to win the ball really high up the pitch, right? That was their counter to that long ball that we would be able to play, aka what Chelsea did to them in the Champions League final, right? Like they didn't have that balance. We took advantage of the way that they wanted to play in their balance of pressing everybody high up the pitch. We just go long over the top on them, and
how
then
did
that
Conte
started
play
to
at
be
Chelsea?
effective.
And how did
I'm sorry?
Conte set you guys up at Chelsea when you guys changed to a three at the back?
So originally, or are you talking about like the second season? Because that's the second season. What reminds me of Arteta is like the
No,
first
when he won the
season
league.
was
When he won you the league.
so like he kind of played the same way that Jose played, right? Like he played the same formation, just kind of like let it run with the three attacking midfielders kind of situation. And then he was like, all right, we're just not good enough defensively. Period. We're just not good enough. So then also it was a thing of he didn't really trust his fullbacks at all. Like he didn't trust Marcus Alonso to play like fullback, and he didn't trust. I think he was using like Ivanovic at the time or something along the lines of that. So like, he ended up flipping it and creating just wide wing backs, just like using our width with our wing backs, and then that was the last change though. Like when he won the league though, right, bro? He didn't make adjustments in game. The type of adjustment he would make in game was he would go from a 3-4-3 to one more midfielder into the box. Like he'll take out an attacker and put a midfielder into the game, and that was the adjustment to close out a game. But when it was like to try to come back, it was just put more men in the box, just more heads in the box, and we didn't lose many games because our defense was so solid that year. After we switched to a back three, but Hazard was the difference. There was like always a few games where Hazard made the difference. And I think that's like that X factor is like something I still don't believe you guys have. Like I don't believe you guys have like a real X factor. Like, and I believe that Saka could have been that, but the way that he ended up developing, in my opinion, is like more robotic than the way that he was when he was younger. Like when he was younger, he played more freely. He played more like Estevao did. He was more willing to take on his man, and not willing, but he was more decisive in doing so, right? Like he was just quick to do so. Where now, it feels like, I don't know, there's a little bit of like a roboticism to his game, and I think injuries kind of have played a role to that too. I don't think he's the same Saka we saw from 2 years ago.
No, I agree, bro. I think Saka's been trash this season, bro. He's been absolutely rubbish.
There's one take that me and Lee Gunner have the exact take. Last year, Saka should have never came back. He says that all the time, and I couldn't agree more with him. Last year, after that injury, he shouldn't have came back. You guys weren't going for the league. You guys did you guys really need him for Madrid? It wasn't like him that made the difference against Madrid.
Nah, it was Rice.
Exactly. Like I don't see the reason behind it, and it ended up I think it ended up costing him his long-term future. Literally, like his long-term health may never be the same. Like he may never be the same player ever again.
Yeah, man. He just playing within a shell of himself. He just looks like I don't know, man. With this manager as well, like he's never really honest about the condition of players. He'll say they're fit and they're not, and he's played players injured and continue them. And I see Saka now; he doesn't have that pace in behind that he used to have. You know what I mean? So he's not as direct, and he's always been very reliant on the number 10 to beat players and beat fullbacks. He's not a very tricky winger like that, but he's a player that he's effective. If you allow him to get on his left foot, then he's dangerous. But he's not been playing to the level, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? No, Saka's playing trash. I'm not saying Saka is trash, even though I do think he is overrated by this fan base. He is not trash. He's been playing trash. You know what I'm saying? And But there's certain players at this club, yeah, because of this manager.
Here's the thing is like I'm glad you're holding him to that standard, because last year when Cole Palmer went through his drought, like people were telling me it could never be Saka. And here it is, Saka having the same level of drought, if not worse than what Cole Palmer had last year. So like I don't like this narrative of like I don't like the way that people swing things. Like I don't want if Cole Palmer is not ready and we have to play Barcelona, he shouldn't play. And I'm gonna hold my manager to the same standard to that way, and that I'm holding your manager. If Cole Palmer is not ready to play football this upcoming after the international break, because he's supposed to come back after the international break, if he's not ready to play football, do not play him.
Yeah,
we're doing just fine. We're doing just fine. We lead the league in goals. So why are you like? We literally lead the league in goals. Go look at the chat charts. We have the most goals scored in the entire league. Like, don't make a change. Don't add him to something that, like, if he's not going to be ready. If he's not ready, don't play him. That simple. I don't care how good Cole Palmer is. I mean, we all rate Cole Palmer. Do not bring him back if he's not ready. Yeah. I don't care if we have to play Arsenal. I don't care if we have to play Barcelona. Period.
Even if he is ready to come back, ease him in, because you don't want him to go out again with another long-term injury. So it's not worth it. Like, for the long run,
honestly, yeah, exactly. And like honestly, like on top of the international break, he shouldn't play against Burnley. That next upcoming week afterwards. Like you shouldn't even see the pitch. Yeah. You shouldn't even see the pitch. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you want to put him on for 5 minutes at the end of the game, just for him to have a run out, sure. But that's as much as I should see him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what do you think of the lap? Obviously, the lap came back and obviously played. Yeah, he started against Wolves.
He was not good. He wasn't good. But you know what? One thing about the lap that I can at least say about him that will always at least give me some hope about him. He makes the ball stick. He makes the ball stick. So you go to him, if you go long to him, he'll chest it down and knock it down to somebody where we can start the counter on the other end.
Right.
Like he'll always be able to bring that part to his game, but it just doesn't look like he's fully fit yet. So like that part of Delap, I will always appreciate, because not a lot of forwards have good hold up play.
Yeah.
And even when he's ineffective, he still brings good hold up play. So like I'll appreciate that, but he was not good. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't good. That's not good enough for a Chelsea striker. What I saw yesterday. They moved Neto to striker. We instantly scored 2 goals.
Yeah, I think as well, obviously he's come back from an injury. At the start of the season, you saw his intensity, the way he was running channels and the way he was running at players. I think that's gonna come with time. Obviously, he's just come back. He's getting into the swing of things, and
you can definitely see he's not fit. Yeah. You can definitely see he's not fit, because it's like when you come off of a like hamstring or a groin, a lot of the times it's not about the injury, it's about trusting your body after the injury. And that's kind of the same. We can kind of go back to Saka. Like when he first came back, you could tell he didn't want to go full burst, like full pace. And you could see that with the lap too. Like he doesn't want to go full pace, because he doesn't want to get that injury again, like right away after just coming back, kind of thing. But
I hear it, man.
I think though the nice thing is that we're getting goals from everywhere. Like João Pedro's starting to get on the sheet more often, but we're getting some goals from everywhere, and I like what I saw from Garnacho yesterday, and when he came on against Karabag, he was all right. Like right after he was pretty good. But what I need from Garnacho is just like if you're gonna get in that spot, because Enzo Fernandez is hooping right now, and people are not speaking about it, and that's absolutely fine. But he's hooping right now. Like once you get in that spot, because Enzo's gonna find you, bro. He's gonna find you, especially the way that you make runs. He's gonna find you. Like, just put at least 1 out of 3 away. I need like 1 out of 3 because you're getting 4 or 5 chances to be able to go on net. I need 1 out of 3 from you when you get in front of net. Like, you're making all the right runs, and Enzo is finding you. Against Barcelona, I would not be surprised if Garnacho scores against Barcelona. I would not be surprised at all. That high line and his willingness to just run in behind is going to cause them nightmares. It's going to cause them nightmares. They're sitting at the halfway line half the game, Barcelona. All he has to do is make a run from 3/4 right by the halfway line. If I have Enzo Fernandez find him in behind, and he's going to have chances. So it's like that is what I need from him. If he's going to be consistent, he needs to be 1 out of 3 in front of net. Because that first chance that he had me livid, bro. It would have had anybody livid if you watched that first chance. Ball goes over the top, 1-on-1 with the keeper. All he has to do is slide it far post. Instead, he hits it pussy foot near post, and the goalkeeper saves it. Like, it's just infuriating with us. But hey, we're scoring goals, bro. We are scoring goals. We can't say anything else. If we keep scoring goals, we got a chance, man.
I hear that. Barca, yeah. I was talking to Omar. He's like, yo, Hansi Flick is on thin ice, man. He's fed up of this high line. He's fed up of his defense getting exposed all the time and just fully relying on Yamal to save them. He's like, yo, he's not liking it, bro. So, yeah, I think you guys can definitely expose that. Obviously, us going up against you, I think it's always a difficult game. I just don't know what version of Arsenal I'm gonna get, man. You know what I mean? There's a lot of things at the moment I'm not fully happy with. But those were already concerns at the start of the season. Questions I had about this manager, and I just think ultimately we don't win the league. It's gonna be him. Like, you know what I mean? We upgraded. And a lot of positions, I wanted an upgrade on the manager. I don't rate Arteta. I really don't. I think he's just a manager that's good at challenging, but he'd never be the winner. Kind of like Brendan Rodgers at Liverpool. You know, good challenger, but you're not the guy to get over the line. And some managers
if he goes to a different team, I bet you he wins some cups. I'm not even joking.
Who's that?
Arteta. I just feel like Arteta. I just feel like his level is like Eddie Howe. Like, that's his level. Like, that's like the level of manager, I think. I think he has more talent than Eddie Howe, and that's why he is where he is. But that's what I think of him as, like, a level of manager. And I don't even think that highly of Eddie Howe. So it's like they have the same amount of trophies at their teams. like they literally have the same amount of trophies. I feel like Eddie Howe's been there just as long too. He's like about 4 years or something like that, 4 or 5 years. The same thing. Like I think if he Arteta, like let's just say Arteta went to what's a good team, Sociedad, because that's where he likes to get all his players from. But like he goes to Sociedad, right? And I bet you he wins like a fucking cup there in Sociedad, something like that, like some fucking whatever their version whatever their version of the FA Cup is. I forget what they call it, the Copa del Rey or something like that. Yeah.
Now, I reckon if he goes to the Portuguese league, then he'll win something. Like, if he goes to the Portuguese league or the Eredivisie or something like that, he'll win something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I said, bro, I think he could stink out a full, like a FA Cup or a Copa del Rey at one of them teams, bro. Straight up. But like, I just think it always was too big of a job for him, in my opinion. It was just. At least with my manager, it's like, all right, bro, at least you won the championship. Like, it's still too big of a job for you, but at least you won the championship. Like, then he wins trophies year one. I can't give you any hate because you did everything that I asked of you. So it's like I wasn't happy with Enzo Maresca when I first got him, but at least he showed me something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You can still look back at his tenure saying you won the Club World Cup, you won the conference, you still won trophies, and you're like, well, that's the competitions we were in and we won them. So it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? You knew your team wasn't good enough to win the league, but you won the other competitions that you could have won. Even then, even if he doesn't, he just wins one more cup and then you go, yo, it's time to upgrade. You'll be like, yo, it wasn't a failure. It wasn't the pinnacle, but it wasn't a failure. and it is what it is. So I get
And
it,
he
man.
could still be a stepping stone manager for me. Like Enzo Maresca could still be a stepping stone manager. Like, and that would be fine. And his tenure here would be just fine. Like, but like it just is what it is sometimes. Do I think he needs to be replaced now? Absolutely not. For what? Like, what would that do? You know what I mean? It wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
before we close up, have you guys been linked to any centre backs for January? Any upgrades defensively?
nah, it's not gonna happen unless there's an injury. I'm telling you right now. It's literally not gonna happen. The only thing that I could see happening is potentially like another striker coming. Like, just because they're putting a lot of pressure on Delap and Gu right now, and João Pedro's playing in behind the striker.
Yeah.
So like I think that's probably the most likely thing is that we get Strasbourg striker that we already bought for this summer, just push him up into January because they already have a striker that's scoring goals. So like they could get a backup striker for Strasbourg and bring a mega in. Because Panicelli's scoring every week, it feels like, the Argentinian kid. He got called up to Argentina from Strasbourg. So, like, I think that we probably get a mega in January just to help bolster the striker position because he played Neto at striker this week. I mean, like if we're putting Neto at striker, we might need a striker. Like, just plain and simple. Like, so that's probably the only thing I could see Chelsea really doing, unless there's an injury. All right, that's the key thing. If Badiashile gets injured one more time before January, I think we will go for a center back. But that's what it will take.
Nah, I hear it, man. Listen, big up Joey, man. Big up to everyone that's locked in. Do you know what I mean? Big up every single time. We're gonna redirect to I've completely forgot. We're redirecting to Aaron, Northside Raid on the way in, and we'll be back later after the City game. Love.